Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Coca Cola Superspeedway for the 14th race of the NAMAR Mountain Dew Code Red Series. We're here for 42 laps of action in Season 3 as we get ready for the second Superspeedway track on the schedule. This is the first of 3 races in the state of Massachusetts as we are nearing the end of our East Coast journey. On the front row for today's race is Jonathan Zorlin and Dale Lightning. Lightning has now gone 2 for 2 in superspeedway races for heats. He won his heat race back at Talladega. Now he won his heat here at Coca-Cola. We'll see if he can turn it into a win this time around. Row number 2 is Junior Motorsports teammates to Lightning, Andrew Rich and Eli Bright. Row 3, we have Ryan Brommer and Johnny Gardner. Row 4 is RJ Bishop and Edwin Mendez. And in row 5, we have James Ellison and your points leader, Dylan Young. So who will take the checkered flag today? That will remain to be seen. Let's take you to the point standings. Dylan Young now only with a 10-point gap over Matthew Logan after his poor finish at Trenton. Andrew Rich, 54 back in third. Audra Baranauskas up to fourth, 76 back. And Hunter Braxton, fifth in points, 89 points back. Rest of your top 10, Eli Bright, Nico Tringali, Dale Lightning, Ryan Brommer, and Enzo Nareza. 11th to 20th, Jonathan Zorlin, Sky Commons, Cement Oskin, Zachary Fitzwater Sr., James Ellison, Bobo Jones, Casey Nanako, Adam Flickinger, RJ Bishop, and Quentin Moore. Now, off the top of my head, it's been a day or two. This usually doesn't happen between races, mains, and heats for me in the recording schedule, but this time it has. And I'm trying to recall who is missing the race today, and that would be Slay Jagger, Nico Tringali missing his first race, Baran Oscus also missing the event, Daniel Voiles, Zoe Fernandez, Donovan Cage, Quentin Moore missing another race, Martin Wild. That's it. Martin Wild was the last one. I interrupted the command a little bit there, but no big deal. So as mentioned, 3 big names missing out on today's race. Baran Oscars, 4th in points, fresh off her first one of the season, missing her 3rd race of the year. Nico Tringali, who was up to 7th in points, is missing his first race of the year. And Quentin Moore, who missed Trenton, is missing his 2nd race in a row. That will likely plummet Moore outside the top 20. And it is hard to rebound when you start missing races like this. The higher you are, the better off you are. In the case of Moore, he's not that better off. So several drivers near the bottom of the points will have a good opportunity to gain points. Jagger is the only driver missing the race today who was under 100 points. Every other driver under 100 points on the season is in the race. Those drivers are Lucas Catano with 86, Anderson with 58, McGore with 56, Rowe with 48, Wheeler with 46, and Beckett with 29. This is Beckett's 3rd start on the season, and it looks like we've got a few people with problems. One of those drivers is Seth Cole. You can see him down there on the apron. There's somebody else with problems. Here comes the top line. Where were they? As Adam Flickinger blew up on the grid. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Is he going to get to pit road? These cars accelerate very fast. And it looks like he'll be alright. So Seth Cole will go down, and we'll see if he'll fix his problem. Meanwhile, we're getting ready for 42 laps of action here at Coca Cola Superspeedway. Andrew Rich won at Talladega. Does he do it again here today? Green flag is out. We're underway. And you can see already closing in on 200 miles per hour. There's fourth gear, and as they come out of turn 2, they're already over 200. Listen to those engines. And Brommer makes a move first. Rich was thinking about it. Do they make it 3 wide into turn 3? It looks like Rich will stay in line with Zorlin. And that'll prevent Brommer from getting to the inside of the 00. Now, we did not see any accidents in our heat races. So we'll see what happens here in the main race. We know at Talladega we had a pretty decent wreck that took out most of the field, as well as 2 or 3 other small wrecks. So we'll see what occurs here at Coca-Cola. 3 wide is pretty easy to do here. 4 wide will be the make it or break it. As Rich moves past Brommer for second, now he's peeking for a move on the 00 for the lead. The 15 has started the race, but the 6 has put it behind the garage, so he'll get last place points. As Rich leads the field, is the 15, I believe the 15 is at least 1 lap down. I'm checking here at the start-finish line, and indeed that is the case. So Rich leads the field so far. Mendez in second. Dylan Young third. How about 4th place for Marty Johnson? Bobo Jones 5th. We saw Jones win a heat race at Talladega on strategy. And this is a pretty big race to get a win, get 5 playoff points. If you're top 30 in the points, it's going to be a good race to clinch yourself if you're not top 20 right now. And Johnson would be one of those drivers, but Johnson is neither top 30 or with a win, but he is up to 39th. And a win would greatly help that team's drive. He was 48th earlier. They started making a lot of races. They started finishing better. And Johnson would be a true wild card to make the playoff grid. How about Jesse Turner in the 60 machine? Teammate Tringali won at Dover. Turner sits coming into this race 30th in the standing, so he's right on the edge. But interesting to note that he's got 51 points back to Brian Tremblay. That's pretty much a full race. Sky Commons, Enzo Nareza working their way through up towards the field. Oh no, that's not Commons, that's Cavagnaro. Cavagnaro is in the Juniper car. Commons is there right there too though. He's in the 19 Toyota Care Toyota. So all 3 Joe Gibbs cars up here. They're looking for their first main event win. Cavi got a heat win for them back at Trenton. So far so good. Pretty clean racing going on here at Coca-Cola. Dylan Young leads the way. Bobo Jones in second. How about JD Motorsports, one of the Chevy teams we expected to have a win by now. That probably includes RJ Bishop and Chip Ganassi, but they have yet to do so. Could today be their day? Now in the heat we saw with 4X under clear conditions, fuel lasted about 7 laps. So with 2X we're probably looking at 14 laps of fuel. I'm going to guesstimate it's a 13 to 16 lap fuel window. So we'll see what kind of strategy we get. So far, you know, it just doesn't look like we're going to see any accidents. Joe Gibbs lined up 3rd, 4th, and 5th. And Nareza won't get enough of a push. But Nareza and Commons are 3rd and 4th. Here comes Casey Nanako up to 5th. Penske, a Ford team, without a win between Nanako and Oskin. 6 laps into this race, the fastest draft lap is a 44.929 by Fitzwater. 10 drivers under the 45-second bracket. As you can see, there is a little bit of tire wear for these high-banked corners. We're starting to see the 3 wide kind of scrub off. Commons is going to get put in the sucker hole here. Jones takes the lead away from Young. Can he get to the bottom though? No. Nanaka will be there as Lightning closes in on the bumper of the 12. How about Benny Watson in the 36, Peter Onjak, his teammate, in the 90. They've made their way up through the field. As I just realized that both Go Green Racing cars, the 35 and the 76, missed this race. And the other teammates, usually get them confused with, the 36 and the 90, are up towards the front. There's the helmet cars. Ooh, some contact right there between Gardner and the Reza. Almost got an accident caused there with, it was either Bright or Braxton. So they are getting a little racy. These slower cars are getting to the front of the field. And the faster cars are trying to get runs. They're getting real racy up here. Zane Beckett has lost the draft. It looks like Alexander Rowe, Baco Magora, and Chris Wheeler are also trailing on a whim. Well, those three have officially lost the pack. So we're starting to see some pack drivers losing draft and whatnot. Onjak moves up to third. He's going to line up behind Commons, who's behind Rich in the lead. This is one of those tracks where we're unlikely to take commercial breaks due to the racing before us. Sekuli's near the top 5. Here comes Gardner. Remember, Ford only with one win, but they've got strong race cars. You've got Sorlin. You've got Gardner. You've got the Penske cars. We know Ford has strong race cars and good drivers. It's just a question of when do they get in victory lane. Bit of a two-car breakaway there between Rich and Commons. Onjak's got some draft speed, but not a lot of horsepower. That's going to help Gardner get to his inside. Here comes Braxton, Logan, Fitzwater, Bishop up towards the front. Onjak will fall back on the top side. You want to try and be towards the front when you pit if you're going to pit with a big group. If you stay out another lap, it will greatly assist you in jumping most of the field. Logan gets under his teammate in the form of the 7 of Braxton. There you can see Gardner making a move to the inside of Commons. Right now focusing on Ryan Brommer, who missed out on Trenton. As you look at the point standings, that hurt him only a little bit. He dropped from 7th to 9th. I mean, a lot of those drivers top 20 in points, they're really gone. Here's the difference from 30th in points, Jesse Turner, to 20th in points, Quentin Moore. It's 58 points to Quentin Moore from where Jesse Turner is. That's over a full race that you can gain. Still green, seeing a little bit of a gap here. Maybe a breakaway from the front. Gardner moves up to second. You can see here comes Logan. Here comes Bishop. Ellison, we haven't talked about really since his good performance at North Wilkesboro. This is a good place for teammate Cole Deaver at Colleague Racing to get a W. So Beckett has clearly lost the draft. So has Rowe, Magora, and Wheeler, who are basically doing their own little mini pack of underfunded cars. It looks like Catano might be on the verge. We'll keep it here for a lap. But it looks like most of the 3 wide action is gone. If we make it to this first green flag cycle without a yellow, I think this race will go green all the way through. Now that would be quite unexpected. Logan's going to get enough of a pull. He almost clears Ellison. Almost. They're side by side for third. Sorlin's is making his way back towards the front. He's almost in the top 5 yet again. And it really does look like Catano is on the verge of losing the draft. He's about at a second, and that's about where you start losing that pull from the aerodynamic effect. Dylan Young looking to get back towards the front, and we're 2 wide. There's no 3 wide action going on here. So this is a good sign of watching this race stay green. Is Bishop going to get enough of a run on Young? The answer is no. So Young will move into 4th. Rich has held on to the lead since he took it. Ellison's looking for 2nd place from Gardner. Good shot down the back straightaway. Yep, Catano has lost the draft indeed. He'll likely fall back to the 3-car pack behind him. We're on lap 14. When do we see people come to pit road? It's likely a 2-stop race. We'll see if that brings out any kind of strategy whatsoever. How about Brian Tremblay, Jackson King towards the top 10? Logan's going to get down in front of them. Colt Hudson's towards the front. Corey Riggs on the bottom. This is where you kind of get that little bit of a gap, because though you're pulling from the cars in front of you, they got more power. You see, this is going to clump up everyone behind here is going to get clumped up a bit because of this. You see Tremblay goes to the top side with no help. Now he's just going to sling backwards. Lap 15, still no signs of pit stops. So definitely looking like a 2-stopper with probably a strategy side to it on the second stop. Everyone's probably going to take 4 tires and fuel on this first stop, but depending how long you go on this second stint, it'll be interesting to see how much fuel drivers will have to take. If we see some underfunded teams stretch it out, they might take less fuel. They might hopscotch the field a little bit. While we were looking here at the back, new race leader Johnny Gardner, Rich down to 3rd. Ellison 2nd. Now Lightning's back up here in 4th. And they are just catching Seth Cole. No signs of pit stop, so we'll see what the strategy ploy here is with Seth Cole, who's looking to go a 2nd lap down. Is Gardner going to get there to his inside? Not before the corner. And he'll have to let out of the gas just a wee bit. This is going to bunch up the field somewhat. And ooh, using him as a pick. There goes Ellison. Rich is going to make it 3 wide. But no one has help. Rich is going to fall back. So will Ellison. Oh, but Gardner can't quite clear. Neither can Ellison. That puts them 3 wide for the lead on lap 17. And they're going to come in the pit road. Gardner and Ellison coming in wide. Ellison will lead him down pit road. Contact being made. Hudson's around. Dylan Young's involved. And that stops most of those cars. That's going to let Catano and others close up. And that's going to hurt Young. It's going to hurt Sorlin. It's going to hurt a lot of drivers. But no one really went around. Staying out on the racetrack, we've got Bobo Jones, Dale Lightning, and Cole Baker. For a driver like the 8, this is a pretty good strategy to make. And they made it so long that it's really going to be interesting what the second stop strat will be. So Baker's really going to get to dive it into pit road from wherever he was in the field. Let's see what kind of strategy play we're going to get here. It looks like Benny Watson had a bad pit stop. They're 3 wide in front of him. That's Tremblay, Onjack, and Fitzwater. You can see Nanako, Brahmer, Sorlin, Nareza, Braxton, Turner. There's Young with his damage, Hudson, Johnson, and there's the gap from Johnson to Mendez. How about Wyatt Anderson in front of RJ Bishop? Now here's the pull away. The leader is clearly Ellison, Zakuli, Oskin, Gardner. How about Riggs, King? There's Rich. So this is a very interesting pull. You can see Jones, Baker, and Lightning out here. There's Beckett. We know he'll be lapped soon. There's Seth Cole. Going to probably go another lap down. No retirees from the incident. So Jones will lead out with Baker. We're going to watch the speed here because it's really important. Now, if Baker was by himself, Lightning would likely close up and pass him. But we'll see what occurs here. It looks like Ellison will return to the lead. We'll see what the draft is going to be like here. Now, Baker's got to try and keep up. Jones pulls in front of Oskin. Oskin will cross him over. Will Sekuli do the same? It looks like Sekuli will. You can see Baker. Man, Baker out of BJ McLeod Motorsports running in 5th place right now. How about Jackson King, his teammate, in 9th? We'll see if Baker's able to keep up. Gardner, Riggs, King, Lightning, Rich, they're trying to pull up here. Eli Bright and Logan also at the end of that, but a huge gap back here. How about Anderson in the top 20? Catano made it up to 21st. There's Dylan Young. Tough struggles for a lot of drivers. Some who were doing very well. So Ellison leads the field right now. And what would it mean for James Ellison to win this race? As we see Oskin take the lead away from the 11. So Ellison came in 15th in points. His only top 5 is his win from North Wilkesboro. Other than that, he's only had 2 top 10s on the season. Meanwhile, for Oskin, he's 13th in points with 1 top 5 and 4 top 10s. Now, Ellison has made every race. Oskin has missed 1. So you can really see the picture there. Now, what would it mean for Cole Baker to win this race? I mean, that would be something huge, but he would need a lot of help because that car doesn't seem to have the horsepower to make passes without a push. Gardner and his pack seem to be closing in due to the horsepower advantage they possess. Jones second, Sekuli third. Sekuli will make a move on Jones for that position. So we'll look at Jones now. Jones, 16th in points, has missed a race. 1 top 5, 3 top 10s. Not a lot to say there. Sekuli back down to 28th in points for him. He's only got 2 top 5s and he's missed 2 races. And let's actually, just for the heck of it, we'll look at Cole Baker. Baker is 41st in the standings. He's missed 3 events and he doesn't have a top 10 at all. His average finish is 32.5. This would be huge for BJ McLeod Motorsports. Get the money they need for the 2/3 of the way season mark and try and make a charge towards the top 20 in points. They've got King and Baker in the top 10 right now. Speaking of King, Jackson King sits 36th in points. He doesn't have any top 10s either. And as far as their other teammate in the 78 of Benjamin Icecoast, he's 1 position higher than King. No top 10s for him either, but Ice, average finish 27.5, missing 3 races. King missing 2 races at a 29.0. So that is where BJ McLeod Motorsports stands. As here we go. Andrew Rich, Johnny Gardner, and Lightning have pulled away from their other draft partners, and they are approaching the front. Corey Riggs is straggling on as Eli Bright has gotten by King. Let's see the speed difference here. You see them going down here near the front stretch wall. Now King's getting a little bit of pull from Bright, but he's not going as fast. He's actually losing ground. This pack right here is pretty fast. They've got a pretty good group of cars. Not sure how much they're going to be able to gain. They'll definitely gain a lot going into pit road though. So King now outside the top 10. Bright will likely pass Riggs for 9th at some point as Rich, Gardner, and Lightning have caught the tail end of this pack. Ellison led at the line. Jones now leads, and they're going to catch Shane Beckett. This will be their first official lap down car. The only other cars by themselves are Benny Watson and Casey Nanako. I'm guessing Nanako got some kind of damage on pit road because he's not keeping up with the likes of Tremblay, Fitzwater, Onjack, and Young. We know Young's got hood damage. That's hindering him a lot. Oskin will use Beckett as a pick. Jones will have nowhere to go to with his lap teammate of Seth Cole being in the middle. It's Cooley to the inside, but here's Rich. He's up to second. And we really thought that Rich would be stronger at other types of racetracks, but that just has not been the case. And he has only has that one win at Talladega. Ooh, that was really close. So if we look at the points, we did mention Rich is third in the standings, 54 behind Young. His average finish is a 10.6. He's got one pole from the coin flip, obviously. And aside from his one win, he's had 4 top 5s and 7 top 10s. So could Rich get that second win here today? He's looking to pass Oskin now for the lead. So this pack has become a 9-car group. Cole Baker, due to his car's performance, has fallen towards the back of the pack. Corey Riggs down to 10th, as King has fallen down to that second group there. That's now 11th to 17th. But how about the runs for Anderson, 18th, Catano in 19th, Hudson's 20th. You've got Otts in that pack, Ice in that pack. As they've now joined with the other group, that's a really big group right there, mid-half of the field. As now Gardner and Rich battle for the lead once again. This is a scenario you will likely see in the NRSL Mountain Dew for the Win Cup Series in 2020, as we have a caution. And this changes everything. This was going to be a huge strategy thing. We expected a huge strategy thing. Looks like there was a wreck in turn 2, seeing a lot of smoke. Jesse Turner is smoking. His car's destroyed. Hunter Braxton appears to have been involved. Maybe Alexander Rowe. Oh man, huge wreck. Catano, Tremblay, Anderson, Onjak, Nereza, Dylan Young, Mendez, and Zorlin. This will cost Young his points lead for sure. So a huge accident. Colt Hudson's got damage. And I have an idea of what went on. They likely caught that group, and it got really big, and something went wrong. So we will stick around here for a moment and see what the call will be on pit road. Is everyone coming down pit road? Seth Cole's staying out. We know he's a lap down, and so is Shane Beckett. So all the leaders will come into pit road. And we'll take a look at what brought out the caution for the first time today. So this all starts in the group right behind the leaders. Mendez is behind Jackson King, and he blows up. And this is where things are going to get sketchy. So he's coming down the track. Now, I'm not sure what Mendez was thinking. I'm hoping he was trying to get to the apron here. Does he go down? He's trying to go down, and oh, here comes Anderson right into him, flips over the 4, and Catano and others have nowhere to go. Look at Commons is going to barely miss that. Catano and Mendez are around here, and here's where things get crazy. There's Brommer. There's Zorlin. Holy crap, look at the 61 flipping. Turner, Braxton, nowhere to go. Rose got nowhere to go. Wheeler makes it through. Tremblay's going to get into Anderson right here. Catano's car flips all the way down the track. Onjak was involved in this somehow. And here comes Dylan Young. Nowhere to go. Boom! Right into the 45. Sends him flipping up the track. Back end into the wall. Tires off the ground and everything. Sorry for the poor angles here. There's a lot of smoke. And that was the accident. Did Benny Watson get involved in this? Or did this save him? Let's see. He's through the smoke, through the smoke, through the smoke. Yeah, I think he gets saved from this. Yeah, that's the case. So we will take a couple of onboards and we will take you to the race restart. On board with the 4 of Edwin Mendez as he blows up behind Jackson King. And then just cannot get to the apron fast enough. Tough break for Mendez. On board with the 00 of Jonathan Zorlin. Just barely gets involved in this thing. Tough break for the 00 team. On board the 86 of Chris Wheeler. Look at this miss. Great driving by the 86 driver. Lastly, on board the 45 of Brian Tremblay. This is quite a ride. And with that, we'll take you to the race restart. Welcome back to Coca Cola Superspeedway. Andrew Rich is your leader. Out of the race, Brian Tremblay, Peter Onjak, Jesse Turner, Lucas Katana, Wyatt Anderson, Dylan Young. This will be his second finish outside the top 30 in a row. He will likely lose the points lead. Jonathan Zorlin, Edwin Mendez, and Enzo Nareza. They're all done. Everyone else continuing. Your top 10 rundown real quick. Andrew Rich, Johnny Gardner, James Ellison, Bobo Jones, Dale Lightning, Cole Baker, Joshua Sekuli, Eli Bright, Samet Oskin, and Corey Riggs. Now that the field has caught back up to each other, we'll see how fast the other top-end cars get to the front of the field. 10 laps to go at Coca Cola. Do we finish it out green? As you can see, drivers with faster cars making moves pretty fast. You see Cole Baker already put to the top side. Some of these cars, you know, they just can't get going right away on the start. They need that draft help. Real question is going to be is how many cars with damage are going to be slow. We know Wheeler's just underfunded. And here we go, Braxton, Seth Cole, Rowe, Hudson. I think those are the only few that stayed on the track. Commons might have gotten a piece of something, or he's just stuck back here. See if Logan can get by. Logan and Brahmer trying to get by Ice, get to the main pack of cars here. There's all kinds of fighting going on now. Gardner to the race lead. He gets by Andrew Rich. Here comes Lightning. Here comes Jones. How about Corey Riggs in the 93? We're going to be 3 wide down the back straightaway, but Gardner's got enough of a push. He'll hold on to the lead. How about Andrew Rich? Does he get down? No. Him and Ellison are stuck on the top side. This will cost them positions. Gardner to the lead. Jones second. Here comes Oskin. How about Cole Deaver moving towards the front? Here comes Cavagnaro. Baker, Johnson, Bishop, all on the bottom line. Can Toyota get that first win of the season? There goes Lightning. He's making a move. Gardner looking to give Ford that second win. Wow, huge gap now back to Cavi from Deaver. You've got 2 mid-pack cars in front of the field here. How much is that going to hold them up? Logan's made it up to the pack. Here comes Cavi. Lightning's got help from Deaver. Lightning to the lead, past Johnny Gardner. Lightning looking for win number 3 on the season. How about Cole Deaver looking for win number 1 alongside teammate James Ellison. There's the move for the lead by Cole Deaver. Was it made too soon will be the question. Cavi and Riggs are on the bottom. Deaver will clear Dale Lightning. Lightning will go right back to the inside. They're 2 wide first 5 rows. Then they're 3 wide in the middle. A lot of cars taking different angles into the corner. Lightning to the lead. Put Cavi up to second. Riggs into third. Cole Baker's trying to get into the top 5. What a finish for BJ McLeod Motorsports that would be. Outside lines getting a pretty good run. Riggs tries to side draft the 10. They'll be hitting 5 laps to go this time by. Logan's made it in the top 10. There's Logan. He's making it 3 wide on Baker and Deaver. Right now, Cavi and Lightning are pulling away. And it'll be 3 wide for third. Here comes Matthew Logan in the 9. He's pulling fellow Chevys, Fitzwater and Bright with him. Oh man, this is getting fun. Logan with a huge run on Cavagnaro. To the inside he goes for second. And look at those top times. It's Mendez and Logan. So Logan's got a ton of momentum right now. He's into second place behind teammate Dale Lightning. 4 laps to go at Coca Cola. It's a 21 car pack fighting it out for this win. Logan and Lightning bumper to bumper. Here comes their teammates Bright and Andrew Rich. Braxton's with damage. He's at the back of the field. Could Junior Motorsports pull off the unthinkable? Logan to the inside for the lead on it. Dale Lightning. Rich has been put to the middle by RJ Bishop. Here comes Fitzwater. 3 to go. Oh man, here comes Eli Bright. Bright looking for his second win of the season. Fitzwater looking for his first. How about RJ Bishop in the top 5? Marty Johnson's closing in. He's in the top 10. Who's next to come up on the bottom? Top line's getting a pretty good run down the straightaway. Bishop side by side with Logan. Brommer with the 5. Fitzwater goes in too hard. Bishop to his inside. Into second place goes the 42. 2 laps to go. Cement Oskin just came to pit road. He cannot make it on fuel. Fuel coming into play once again, just like at Trenton. Will Eli Bright get his second win of the season? He won back at Atlanta. Bishop looking for his first. Oh, Andrew Rich got turned down to the apron. He'll come back up the track just fine. It's getting dicey here. Here comes RJ Bishop to the inside of Eli Bright. They're going to be coming to the white flag. Fitzwater has the pit. Deaver, Jackson King go down as well. That splits up the pack. White flag in the air. RJ Bishop leads. Who's going to get to him again? Will it be Bright? Will it be Brommer? They're side by side for second place. Brommer will clear the 88. It looks like they're going to fight it out for second. There's the lap car of Oskin. Oh, Eli Bright came really close to getting him. Brommer's got to run. This is his last chance. He goes in the corner too high. Something we saw in every heat race. Second place goes into final corner too high. And off of turn 4, getting his first win of the season, it will be R.J. Bishop taking the W here at Coca Cola Superspeedway. What a race. Brommer second, Bright third, Sekuli, Lightning, that's your top 5. The rest of your top 10, James Ellison, Corey Riggs, Benjamin Ice, Matthew Logan, and Marty Johnson, for the first time this season, will get a top 10 finish. But it's R.J. Bishop taking the checkered flag for the first time in Season 3. And that is huge for Chip Ganassi as they look to make it into the playoffs. Bishop came in 19th in points with just 3 top 10s on the season. Not only does he get his first win, he gets his first top 5. And Bishop has missed the race. I don't recall where, but he has missed the race. That does not hurt him in any shape or form. But man, R.J. Bishop wins. What a finish. What a race. Cole Baker gets 15th. Watson 16th. Ott 17th. How about McGore with an 18th place finish? Chris Wheeler with a 19th place finish. We saw several drivers came down to pit road. They were Cement Oskin, Colt Hudson, Cole Deaver, Fitzwater, and Jackson King. They could not make it on fuel. They did not fill it up all the way on their yellow. So that's a tough break for them. Dylan Young finished 34th. So considering Logan got a top 10, that will make him the new points leader. So it's been a long time since we've had a different points leader in the series. So new points leader Matthew Logan. And with that, guys, I will see you next time. As I just checked one thing, I don't know if this will curse anyone or if it will curse Bishop or the driver who finished this far back, Sky Commons. But Sky Commons finished 16.666 seconds back from RJ Bishop. That's 4 6s, and that is very, very bad luck. With that out of the way, I will see you guys next time at Papyrus.